Mane, and you are watching Meet Your Teacher.
I chose, I'll just wait a little bit because I know you're going to edit this anyway.
Tell us about yourself and your role in this school.
My name is Morrow. I've been hired as a science teacher partway through the year, so I teach chemistry, biology, and physics for Key Stage 3 and then Key Stage 4 for years 10 and 11. I've been living in Romania for 5 years, and before that I was in Chile for 6 years, and I grew up in Canada.
When did you first start teaching?
So I started teaching, feels way too long ago now, so that was 17 years ago now in Canada.
What is the best memory you have teaching?
Had students come back to see me after and they want to share where they've gone, what they've learned and done that. So it is an individual one, but it's that specific idea of students who reach out on their own to keep in touch after all those years.
What made you choose Questfield?
I chose Questfield because it really seemed like a place where it's really centered around students and having them be themselves. And the whole idea for teaching is something that really fits with me, with the idea that our job is to help stimulate interest and discussion as teachers, and then the students are really constructing and enjoying themselves through that.
What is something you would like your students to gain from you or your lessons?
I think one of the things that I really want students to understand is just the benefits to being curious and never losing that curiosity. I always try to get across how interesting I find the world, and not just in the subject, but linking different subjects and coming up with things.
What makes a lesson successful for you?
For me, if the students have gotten one thing, that'll stick in their minds. But if I can go away knowing that there's one thing that students will remember, one thing that they've learned, one habit that they have because of that lesson, I would consider that to be a success.
What is one quote you live by?
One that I really enjoy, and it really talks about my teaching, is the person who does the most in the classroom is the one doing the most learning. I try to make it so that the students are the ones making the connections, doing those sorts of things, and so that they get the most out of that class.
What is something that happens here at Questfield and you don't see in other schools?
What I've had at Questfield that I haven't had in other places is just students so readily wanting to come up and talk to me about things, share things that are going on, ask me questions, and a lot of it is students that I don't even teach. So generally at other schools, it's like, okay, I have the relationship with students that I teach, but it seems like it's more everyone around here for Questfield.
What do students learn here beyond academic subjects?
So what I've seen is that students have learned how to be confident, how to be curious, and how to set goals for themselves. And one of the things Questfield should be really proud about is the focus on the students, and even down to those ones where it's the student-led conferences. So the students are talking about what they're learning, what they're discovering, how they're doing all of that, rather than it being adult-led and teacher-led.
What does a typical Saturday evening look like in your life?
It's not really that exciting at all. Normally it's some form of exercise after my youngest has gone to sleep, whether it's going out for a run or exercising at home. One of the things I've given myself for this year is to read a little bit more before bed.
Tell us something about yourself that no other student knows.
Well, I guess one thing that students tend to believe, my hair being quite long, when it's something that has only been new this year. I've had it less than a year for that, and I have been much shorter previously before that.
Tell us something about yourself that no student knows.
Let's see. What would I give away that's a reasonable secret? It's a tough one. Have a night there.
Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more teacher stories coming soon. See you in the next episode.